and they are putting fingers like this to sending somebody's death camp. Catching North Korean defectors in China and sending them back to North Korea, it is exactly the same thing. You catch a Jewish person during the Nazi Germany and send them to a gas chamber. Why nobody is saying North Korean lives matter? And now he's gonna go back to North Korea and being brutally executed. Hi everyone, I have been touring America for the last few weeks and I have a video today that I want all of you to share with the world. So a few weeks ago, I have been talking about this man whose name is Zhu Shanjian, who is only 39 years old. He escaped North Korea, he was a coal miner, and he fled starvation into China. When he arrived in China, he got arrested by Chinese authority and sentenced to more than 10 years in prison. And right before 2 years of his release, he escaped Chinese prison in Jilin in October last month. And I showed that footage to the world and how he bravely escaped the prison. The reason why he escaped from Chinese prison is that once he is done serving that term, Chinese regime was going to send him back to North Korea, which means death sentence for him. That's why he had escaped from Chinese prison. For some time, most of the defectors, their best hope is being in Chinese prison for the rest of their life. But even that, they don't get that. So Chinese regime was going to send him back to North Korea, and he was afraid of his death, and he escaped. Miraculously, after 40 days of journey in China, he finally recaptured by the authority. And this has a lot of problems that I really want to share with the world. Somehow, these lives, like North Korean lives, never becomes like George Floyd. It's never going to make international news. There is never going to be any riots or any protests about these people who are being marginalized and who are actually under real tyranny that we are living in this 21st century. So Zhu Shanjian, who is 39 years old, he looks now like 70 years old. I just want to show you this picture. This is a look of a man who just captured by Chinese authority. And he looks like, I don't know, 70 years old to me. This is a young man. His only thing that he has done was being born in North Korea. Nobody chooses their birthplace. And he was actually freeing oppression. And when these defectors, why do we not say North Korean refugees? We are not refugees, we are defectors. The fact that you, in North Korea, leaving your country is a treason. You are not allowed to leave your country. That's why when they escape, they become defectors. Defectors is political refugees got protection from under the Geneva Convention. That is international law. China does not respect this. So when North Koreans escape to China, even though we have a law that should protect us and going into safety and run away from North Korean regime, they capture us and then send us back to North Korea. And this is why Zhu Shanjian was running away from Chinese authority. I don't know what this man did to survive for the last 40 days, but he captured again. I want to just show you this video, how they captured him.
后边底下有人。回来了啊！我们回来了，兄弟们辛苦啊！哪块抓着的？哪儿抓着的？啊！牛逼不？
This is evil people. This is just horrible people. They are saying they got a victory. They are coming back. They caught him. They did it. And they are putting fingers like this to sending somebody's death camp. Catching North Korean defectors in China and sending them back to North Korea, it is exactly the same thing. you catch a Jewish person during the Nazi Germany and send them to a gas chamber. This is a crime against humanity. And why are these people, Chinese authority, doing this? And they're laughing. And how so Chinese regime put $100,000 on his head. So if anybody catches him, they're going to get $100,000. And this is why these authorities are so happy they got this money.
那头10块钱那头，坐着，你把那啥，腿先伸进去，腿先伸到你远，坐着。坐着问题。牛逼！牛逼！牛逼！两个。
He cannot even bend his knees, and he looks so suffered and aged. He looks so oppressed. And nobody in this 21st century have to go through this. If people like you and me right now, fighting and standing up for the righteousness and standing up for human rights, nobody have to go through this life. This is somebody's son, this is somebody's wife, husband, this is somebody's brother. Like, he is a human being. And because he's a North Korean, that nobody cares about his life. Why nobody is saying North Korean lives matter? Why nobody is saying that lives that under communist regimes matter? I think as much as I blame the mainstream media covering Chinese regime and not exposing this darkness, that brutality they are committing behind the scenes, but it is also our responsibility that we stand up for these people. This is a real battle, evil and good in this world right now. We have to fight against evil. It's just not good enough just being tolerant and let them do whatever they want to. I mean, I just don't even think there's any word for this. This is the 21st century. This young innocent man escaped North Korea just in search of food and served in Chinese prison almost 10 years. And then still got captured, and now he's gonna go back to North Korea and being brutally executed. Who are we if we allow this? Like, what are we even doing? Who are we as a humanity even if we are okay sitting here? Animals' lives, puppies' lives, million times better than being a North Korean in that region. So, thank you guys for coming to my channel and hearing what's really happening under that darkness. What is happening to North Korean people? What is happening? How evil the Chinese Communist Party is, and how evil this communist regime is. And please help me to share this video. Share this video with everyone you know, so the world knows that this evil true faith of Chinese regime, so we can fight back. We cannot let them abuse human rights this way. This is our rights that are being abused. I always think, like, why these people don't care about human rights while they're so busy talking about dolphins and puppies and polar bears? Like, who's gonna fight for our rights, right? Like, as a humanity, when you and I are oppressed, when you and I be in that situation, who's gonna help us? That's why we gotta do this together. So I don't know how much word I can get it out about this news, but this one has been seen by every person. This is a modern person going through modern day Holocaust. And this is a look of a man being captured and sent to the gas chamber. And we should not forget this face, because this is the face of oppressed people. What the tyranny does, what the true evil looks like. This is what real actually oppressed person looks like. Not the people sitting in New York and Chicago eating their smoothies and in their yoga pants and talking about oppression. This is what real oppression looks like. So please help me to share this news, guys. I love you, and let's fight back. Thank you.